Fear and control are known to go hand in hand. Okay? Fear is the basis of how most people manipulate and control you. So, to use an example, let's take any organized religion. Okay? They base their beliefs on fear. So, if you don't believe what they are telling you with no factual evidence, no conscious resignation, no resonance, you just believe it because it's either I believe what they tell me or I suffer eternally. But what most people don't understand is if you allow the fear to control you, that is eternal suffering. Because you are basically enslaving yourself to submit to these higher powers. When in actuality, you should be the one in control. You should be the one in control of what you believe, your truths, how you act, what you want to do. All of that should be based on what you feel in your heart and in your intuition that resonates with you, instead of doing what someone else tells you is correct. And it makes it so easy in this reality to do that because we're born into this world without knowing anything. We have a blank slate, no information. And so, from the moment you are born, people around you are feeding information down your throat. And a lot of that is fear based, which closes you in this box and doesn't allow you to open your mind and expand your thoughts past what others are telling you. And so you're limited. You're limited of how much power you come into. You're limited as far as how far you go, how much consciousness you gain, how much you evolve, so that the people who are manipulating or controlling you can stay above you, because they still want the control over you. So they have to make sure that you can't get to the level that they're at. They have to make sure that you're lower so that they ultimately have more power and more consciousness and are therefore able to control and manipulate others. Basically, using their power in a negative, harmful way for others instead of using their power to uplift and unite others and network and connect and help each other, give each other resources so that we can all grow and evolve. But instead, they only want themselves to have power and they don't care about the rest. They would rather just have the rest do dirty work, basically. Enslavement. So, becoming aware of this tactic that some use to manipulate will help you be able to decipher whether or not someone is trying to manipulate you or not. And it will also help you to open that box and expand your thinking past what others have ingrained in you to believe. And stepping away from the fear and therefore taking back your control or your power. Taking your control from whoever has it. Because they shouldn't have your control, they shouldn't have your power. You should have it. And that doesn't mean you should take power from others, That just means you should step into the power that is already inside of you. Because it's never actually like taken away. You always have access to it. However, you have to make a conscious effort to access it and to allow it to be. Because if you are stuck in this place of fear and you're anxious to do anything that is outside of the normal, then you will stay there. There will be no growth, no evolution. And instead, you will devolve and fall back into unconscious behaviors because you are being drained of that power, or you are forgetting your own power. So, in order to access it, you just have to acknowledge that it is there. Because if you know it's there, then you have full access to reach it and to use it for good and for the betterment of all of humanity and not just one individual. Because if we all are connected, then we should want to be united and we should want to help each other, even through our uniqueness and our differences. Because that is what makes the human experience so beautiful, is individuals who are uniquely different in such beautiful and evolutionary ways. So therefore, we can observe another different but still beneficial way of life, whilst also pursuing a different yet also beneficial growth path, rather than submitting and helping bring one individual up whilst they push you down. This is not a fight for one person to be at the top at full power and have control over everyone else. The goal should be to unify humanity in a way that each person is able to outwardly express themselves and be truly authentic and aligned, therefore happier and on their true soul's path, on a path that fulfills and grows an individual, taking us closer to evolution rather than just submitting. So I trust that you won't be fearful of this information, but rather will use it to your advantage to be more aware of what is happening around you and make interchanges so that your external environment can and will echo back that power and that inner healing. And therefore, your external environment will also level up and grow and mature to match your inner evolution. Because the more you heal and the more you evolve inside, and the deeper you go and the more power you attract, the more your environment will match that energy, and therefore making the process easier and therefore allowing you to reach a higher level. Because no matter how much inner work you do, if your external environment doesn't reflect that, and if you don't take action in the world to reflect that, then you will always hit a ceiling or you will hit a block, because there's only so far you can go if your entire external environment is still at this very low state. So that is why when you do inner work and you evolve, your environment will match that so that you are able to evolve more, and therefore your environment is able to evolve more, and you are able to mature and come into higher conscious states, and therefore creating a better and more beneficial world for humanity to continue to evolve, so that we may, as a collective, be more united in love instead of fear, instead of all of us just suffering. I hope that this makes sense, and I hope that you are able to use this to better evolve yourself and your environment. Always love.